In this breaking story, Donald Trump's night just fell apart as a major swing state is now revolting. That's right, this is absolute disaster for Donald Trump and the Republicans. Can't say I feel bad about it. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avallone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you can really stick it to Donald Trump. And regardless, Donald Trump has had an absolutely horrible, horrible week.
No consultation with Congress, no consultation with the Europeans, obviously didn't read in Zelensky and the Ukrainians, and now they're getting ferocious pushback. So one more time, Trump is changing his deadlines. Of course, how he picked Thanksgiving to start with, I have no idea, but now even with this this back and forth that it's not really an American plan, or is it an American plan? This is the kind of chaos that unfortunately represents so much of the Trump foreign policy.
So what do you think President Zelensky should do? He's been through this before. It's kind of back and forth with this White House. They support you, they pull it back. Do you think all of this proposal, which seems to heavily favor Russia, is that just a starting point?
Well, I would hope so.
Again.
I would hope so. Again, the Ukrainians have performed magnificently in the field. They are reinventing the nature of warfare in terms of use of drones. To have this proposal forced upon them, I think, as Zelensky said, Ukrainian dignity versus giving up a partner. I would hope the president would not be so weak as to try to force this plan on the Ukrainians and our other allies. It would, I think, send not only a horrible signal for Europe, but the person who's watching this probably the most closely is President Xi in China. And if the Americans are willing to throw in their towel so much like this on Ukraine, you can bet that Xi's thinking this gives him a clearer path in terms of taking Taiwan.
And of course, Americans everywhere have been having a horrible life, all thanks to Donald Trump.
The important thing I'm showing here is the goods producing part of the economy. And I'm focusing on goods because that's what tariffs are all about. And goods have been growing slower in the United States for many years, but you see that it's been falling. The number of people with jobs in factories or construction or other goods producing parts of the economy, that part of the economy is in recession, and the turning point just happens to be Liberation Day. So for all of us who are having to get by with a higher cost of living because of the tariffs, we were promised that was so that we could rescue the manufacturing sector. As you and I have discussed many times, when you put tariffs on steel and aluminium, you actually making it harder for American factories to do business. And so you're seeing an incoherent policy having quite unexpected effects.
And now Trump's night just fell apart as a major swing state revolts. Take a look at this breaking story. President Trump's evening is falling apart as a major swing state is openly revolting against his immigration crackdown. And the warning signs aren't coming from Democrats, they're coming from Republicans. A new Politico report reveals growing panic among GOP leaders in North Carolina, one of the most critical battlegrounds in the entire 2026 map. According to the outlet, Republicans in the state believe Trump's aggressive immigration raids aren't just controversial, they're politically dangerous and could backfire in a state where the Senate race is expected to be one of the most expensive and competitive in the country. Politico's report lays it out clearly. Until now, the Trump administration targeted blue states, focusing on Democratic cities they say act as sanctuaries. But expanding this strategy into North Carolina is the first real test of whether these heavy-handed tactics can survive in a purple state. So far, it isn't going well. Local Republicans are sounding the alarm that the raids in the Charlotte area are confusing voters, backfiring with independents, and fracturing their own base. The administration insists these sweeps target the worst of the worst criminals, but GOP officials on the ground say the message is not getting through at all. Former Republican Governor Pat McCrory warned that the party once held a strong advantage on immigration by focusing on criminals and gangs, but now, he says, Trump's chaotic and disjointed operations are destroying that advantage. McCrory didn't mince words. He said immigration is now having a negative impact on the Republican Party for the first time, adding that the administration isn't even clearly explaining who they're arresting or how these raids help the community. That's a devastating admission. It means Trump's centerpiece issue, the one he's built his identity around for a decade, is now starting to collapse in a swing state he cannot afford to lose. If Trump's own party in North Carolina is signaling revolt, it raises a bigger question. How many more battleground states are quietly reaching their breaking point too? Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.